John Whyte has helped us through so many big health topics.
He has.
Had a lot of fun along the way as well. But he is here in person for the first time. Usually it's digitally. Welcome, Dr.
Thanks
Whyte.
for having me. It's great to be with you.
So great.
How does it feel to be in studio with us?
It feels nice.
Not nervous?
Maybe just a little bit.
Look at you.
I love that intro. I'm going to make my kids watch it tonight.
No, it's great. Well, we were talking about the kids. You know, so you're in D.C. in the first snow in 2 years, so the kids were able to play in that. You know, our kids have been playing in this, whatever you call this, snow, slush, whatever freezing rain. But there are some real things that we need to be aware of, too, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, we know that you're in D.C., you're here in New York, and, you know, the people who are traipsing around this town, like, how do we stay safe?
The first thing is you have to stay informed. It's important to listen to the weather. And we all have, you know, apps on our phone. I actually have an app on my scale that tells me what the weather is that day.
Good.
And you then want to dress appropriately. And it is about layering. And people sometimes forget about that. You need to stay warm because even being outside in temperatures below, you know, freezing, 10 minutes can result in frostbite on unexposed
10 minutes.
extremities. 10 minutes when it's below 32 degrees.
Well, so, and Danny, you know, I know you have a lot of questions, too.
I do.
But, you know,
First of all, I think that we should give an official diagnosis that a meteorologist is always better than an app. Right?
Oh, since we're giving those out.
Okay, good. I just wanted you to hear that from the doctor himself.
Okay.
And I said, you know, get informed, listen to the news, and that's talk to your meteorologist.
Straight
so now I
from
can
the
call
doctor
you
himself.
and
Just
find
call me.
out.
I'm wondering, what are some things to watch out for when it comes to frostbite or hypothermia? What are kind of some indicators?
Right, absolutely. And it's really about the extremities that are most at risk. So we kind of know it's about our hands and our fingertips. And mine were getting cold yesterday when I was waiting for an Uber. I thought, where are my gloves? I didn't have them. But it's also our nose and our earlobes. We kind of forget about that. And it's really, you know, those feelings of it starting to hurt. It's starting to tingle a little. That's when you really need to think, I need to get warm, because this is going to cause problems.
a couple of, because we're, you know, the time's always like rushing by here, but a couple of rapid fire. To that point, you talk about the pain. What about for kids, though, that it's hard to really assess? Is it just they're uncomfortable? Is it truly painful because they don't always want to keep the gloves on or the mittens or something?
That's right. My little guy, he's 2 years old. He doesn't ever want to keep his mitts on.
No, and they don't always say it. And the other challenge is they often get wet when they're outside because they took them off.
We were sledding the other day, and
they're
that's what
filled
happened,
with snow because they fall off. And that puts you at greater risk as well about then getting hypothermic. The other thing is that people haven't heard much about is this concept of cold weather dehydration. So it's much easier to become dehydrated because during the wintertime we don't sweat as much. Right? So we're not losing as much water through perspiration.
So you'd recommend
we don't
that
drink as much.
for people
Good hydration.
What about people who work outside?
Absolutely.
Who are out there for hours upon hours.
Right, you want to have that water, and that also helps with your blood volume, which is going to keep you warmer. Now the challenge is with all the layering and drinking all the water, sometimes that can create
go to the facilities.
other issues. But it is important to stay hydrated during the winter, and people don't think about that.
So more snow coming here tomorrow, and let's talk about shoveling, because for the first time in a couple of years, people are out there shoveling now, and they think, you know, maybe I can handle it. What do you need to watch out for to not overexert yourself?
Sure, and people should realize it is true. Heart attacks, 5% increase during the winter months compared to other times of the year. And part of it is, okay, many of us haven't been, you know, working out despite New Year's resolutions. You go outside because you need to clean that driveway, you need to clean that sidewalk, and you overdo it. You're not bundled up, right? So you're going to get cold. That constricts our blood vessels, and if you already have some blockages in your heart, that might precipitate a heart attack. So you need to listen to your body. You need to say, hey, I don't feel right. I'm feeling chest pain. You might be feeling a little dizzy, and you don't have to do it all at once. And I'll tell you, my mother, as soon as it started to snow, she'd be outside shoveling.
Well, and here it's a
like,
law.
hold on. You can wait a little while.
My dad in Queens, he's always shoveling that corner property that they have, and I worry about him because he's elderly.
And
so that's good
heavy
advice.
when you think about it, especially as it gets wet, trying to lift it up, and we tend not to bend down and squat to do it. We tend to bend over, and then our back hurts. So it is about, you know, getting some help sometimes or doing it, you know, in shifts.
One way to solve it all. I'm not a doctor, but summer.
Don't be a hero, Dad.
You did
know
well.
you're the alpha male. Don't be a hero.
No.
Hire somebody.
And listen to your meteorologist.
Yes, that's the prescription.
Dr. White,
Doctor.
thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you in studio.